Yo guys, Loco Jabin here, reacting to the rank 1 Shen player that always takes heal. He doesn't take even in Challenger, TP, he always takes heal. He loves his Band 8 type of playstyle, and so he'll also provide you some extra combat capabilities. In here we can visually see he does actually, I do believe he plays Grasp into Vayne, and he does not get the Q pull through, but he does actually use his seal, and because of his seal he was allowed to get this Vayne kill, but I'm pretty much sure Ignite would have the same outcome in here, but it's a bit more of a Band 80 playstyle. We see he is actually slightly above Xpetu as well, as if now on this video, and he does actually play this Band 8 playstyle, right? So he does get Bummy into Redemption, and he does actually have quite a nice win rate with quite lots of games. So let's just begin the video. That's super impressive in 2 weeks, right? From Master to Challenger. Bami, generic rush, Yonian obviously for more rush, more roams, and a little bit extra combat capabilities. And people tend to underestimate Shen because he has this setup, but he does still have a decent damage because his shields are a bit more frequent, and he has 4 more AD, so he's a bit more dangerous early on than before, so not to underestimate Shen in a big wave, right? Because he can actually kill even if he goes for a Band-Aid build. So just because you are Aatrox, it doesn't mean that you will auto-win fights, especially if you are behind. So with some outplay you can actually beat some harder matchups, because Shen's early game is at least decent to strong, right? It's decent to strong. Generic Shen, you know, we can see generic Shen runes. He does actually get, as I said, Redemption into Locket, super Band 8 playstyle. His goal is just to protect the carries, the ADC, the mid laner, you know, provide as much as possible for his team itself, over playing selfishly like another like split pusher would do so, like a Tryndamere or something, right? So this is very far from Tryndamere, as an example. And look at this, basically similar to like a level 6 Shen or amount of shield, but it's AoE. He tends to invade as well, because with your E you can get super nice invade off. It's a 1.5 seconds taunt, which is like great, it's amazing to invade with. And it's also useful into some matchups actually, because you can get a short trade off. It will not be completely useless in lane. Often Q start is definitely better, but you know, if you play into Gwen, you could maybe eat through her. Her Q doesn't connect, and that's an out trade, you know, which you may not be able to do so with Q. Yeah. So that depends, you know, depends on the situation. But in here he does get the Q pull through, that by the way does more damage if it pulls through the enemy champion, so always aim to do that, because you wanna maximize out your Q damage. And in here he knows his limits, he does play heal, right? And also, if he dodges the allow with tentacle, that will be generally speaking a super good trade for him, because he gets 3 quick basic attacks with enhanced HP based damage. He does use his E, so he plays for level 2 all the time, goes in aggressively, plays around the Aatrox Qs, and he uses heal to dodge the middle part of Aatrox's Q. Aatrox flashes, Aatrox doesn't have flash, and when he has Q up with the Grasp plus Q, he just finishes the guy off, because he also has extended basic attack range, which you can also calculate in with your flash all in anger, right? But sometimes with your basic attacks you may not reach. Oh, we got an ad on us. I thought I have my ad block on. Sorry on this one. Heal speed to the... Yep. So the heal can be utilized for the mobility itself, because he didn't specifically need the healing, he specifically needed the speed, right? And Malphite obviously gets stomped, so he does actually wait for his E, and he doesn't let that Malphite bleed, he doesn't let him CS, he steps up and misses his E, but Malphite, you still lose that, man, that's not really an outplay, no? He uses his heal to do what, guys? To get close. In there he had a slight choke. If he didn't basic attack with the last attack, he could ban walk forwards, Q and basic, but that shouldn't be the end of the board. He got the kill anyways. The Shen journey before level 6. So he does actually roam if he gets to push into some champs like the Sante. There will be some weaker scaling oriented champs where you do get to push and roam, because sitting forever in lane is not optimal, because you do get to roam with a E flash ideally. Now usually you get to roam with flash more so. If you don't have flash up, it's less so recommended, because you don't have the E flash or flash E opportunity. Oh, Twitch is a bit based. I mean, we can see like he's actually doing quite well with these roams because he really knows his roam angles. Really good if you like this band-aid roaming oriented playstyle, right? The enemy top is scaling. Yep, so they are scaling, but often they are not concerning because Shen can counter them in teamfights with his W with his taunt, right? So he has his utility tools. While also notably, Shen does actually have his R to get his teammates out. So often a bruiser like Akasante will not be an issue because he's not the most insane side laner split pusher. But also notably in teamfights he can get shut down by many kiting oriented comps that do have Zeri and other like bullshit mobility knockbacks in the bullshit, you know, champs that Cassante can't really deal with after so many buffs, nerfs, I mean. Accidentally said buffs. I mean, he got some buffs as well, but they're not really like, I don't know, they just kind of took away the fun from Cassante ever since they removed that slow from his Q1 or so. Ever since he's not very fun. I mean, the mana nerfs are kind of fun as well, but you know what? It was kind of a dog shit champion to face early on for his scaling. As a tank, for his scaling, he was quite strong, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. But maybe it's a bit too much. Maybe he got too much toned down, right? So he actually plays mid as well, and he does roam. So he watches out for roam angles because as Shen, you wanna actually get something done. You don't wanna perma scale because if you perma scale, that's quite often unoptimal. Cause like you don't scale super well evenly, right? Anywhere you play, don't scale super well evenly. So if you can get those roams done, get those skills, you know, because more than often oh, he actually plays around bomb plating. I never seen such. But is that really worth? Cause like surely he didn't use his Q in his taunt early on, but then he kinda lost his like last Q. So is that really worth? Cause like if he hits his bomb plating, then he swings in like 1 or 2 more basics. No, I don't. Cause his attack speed is also boosted. I mean, his attack is also boosted by attack speed, right? So that's I don't know if that's actually worth to. No, not instantly. I don't know, honestly. I mean, maybe, but maybe it depends. Cause like if I don't know, you E in a Cassante W's and he has bomb plating on, then maybe that's not completely worth to get your Qs off, cause that will not deal damage. But just I would say like someone needs an additional like defensive source beside bomb plating, no? Or how does it layer? Wait, no way, he gonna use heal to get close with E. Okay. That's just a bit obnoxious, right? But you can also use the heals. You see, like, he doesn't only use his heal to peel teammates or to turn over fights, he uses it for the gap closing purposes. So that's also important to know how to use heal in a rather versatile way, because often you don't need the ghost mobility, you just need a slight amount of speed, you know, to catch up to gap close. You don't need ghost all the time, right? That's why he likes heal. Eventually the game is up to the yep, so you're kind of a band-aid, especially with this build, but I would say if you have a decent enough of a team comp and everyone is not like perma-countered and you like to play Shen but something else beside, then you can play Shen, I would say, if your team is worth to be band-aided, but it's kind of a thing that's better to do in higher ranks in my opinion. But you can do it in low elo as well. Like I think you can rank up with this champion even in lower ranks because he can be very snowbally, very hard to play around his R, you know. So I would say Shen is not necessarily unrecommended, you know, because he can actually get things done. But if your teammates are completely bad, then it will feel to be bad to play Shen, you know. So they have to be at least like somewhat semi-decent, you know. If you get like absolute inters, but if you think about it, if you get absolute inters, almost anything you would play, it would be difficult to carry if you are at the same skill level with your teammates, you know. Obviously, if you're smurfing, it may be easier, you know, to carry bad teammates, but if you are around the same-ish skill level, then, I don't know, then it becomes a bit questionable to pick a carry champion, you know. Yep, it's the bodyguard Shen. It's the bodyguard Shen. That is wholesome, actually. Now, your opponents will hate this playstyle, your AD carry will love it, right? Because often your AD carry really needs this peel that they don't get from their support, because people tend to play Brand, Valkos, whatnot. You know, champs that may not have the best level of peel, or, you know, maybe Sylas, random champs, you know, on bot lane. People tend to play lots of random shit that may or may not be good, depends on the game, but Some of them are just troll shit, you know, like Yumi or basically champs that are very like on like Senna, can be troll some games because often you get engaged on by a so like maybe a twisted fate pike or something, and Senna can't really tank, the pike you or something after the gold card because she kinda dies as well after. So I think it just really comes down to like what can you actually like, what can your support actually do about you, and if not much, then it's like Shen will be a good way that will allow you to actually play the game and have fun. So this is weird, love that. It can be used well. That yeah, that's good. That's a cool feature about Redemption, I forgot to say. Definitely it's usable. Oh, he's gapping. He is gapping. Is he gapping though? He is gapping. Oh, Jarvan was a bit late on that EQ. Oh, he also away because he knows Jarvan. Oh wait, Jarvan had Q up. I guess Mana, he had too much cooldown. But his Q also got buffed cooldown wise, no? Not 100% sure, I think it did. But I'm not sure if it's maxed out Q. Yeah, but often if you play TP on Shen, often it feels like you're stuck on two TPs. That's the thing about Shen. Like so often I feel like you're stuck on two TPs, and like I know that it forces people to play differently, but often it feels like an Ignite or heal would be more decent. I don't know. Like I play TP as well, but Ignite just felt to be always better on Shen. I don't know how, but it just such a feels bad. Such a feels bad. TP. So, does he beat the ADC? I mean, the guy is having some item there as a redemption, but it taunted him on their tower. I mean, yeah, with some tower shots, I think he can win those, but without the tower shots, it's questionable because Aphelios had the dual weapons, right? Don't try it on a whim, counter Fiora Trundle. I mean, Fiora doesn't beat that hard Shen these days just because, like Fiora got overly nerfed, Trundle also got nerfed, and like it's kind of non-interactive. Both matchups are kind of non-interactive, and into them, of course, like you have to kind of like into those type of champs, you have to commit for a TP playstyle. I would say into Trender, you really need TP. He eats your towers alive. So into some champs like Set, maybe Fiora a little bit. Into champs that push towers way too quickly, I would say maybe go for TP. Of course, like Santos pushes the tower like an animal or Ornn or whatnot. They still go Demolish usually, but it may depend on the enemy champion. Some AP tops are very shit at pushing, right? So like Mordor, so into those it's very easy to go for heal, but I may not recommend it, in every single game.